popular in front of a lot of people, so that's going to add some nerves to it. So take a deep breath. Think happy thoughts. All right, so now let's buzz again with your best breath. Just that much. Great. What do you hear between yours and mine that's different?
Yours is a lot better.
Well, thank you. I wasn't fishing, but I appreciate that. But what about it? Can you be more specific? I'm going to do my best impression of what I heard, and maybe you can fix yourself. That's always my goal, is for students to be self-sufficient, so after college they can continue to work on their craft and improve it, and then I'm like a force ghost living in their head, like, do that again, but softer, you know?
So it could be like more fluid, basically?
Yeah, try it.
Okay.
Don't stop along the way. Just one fluid motion, hit the notes along the way. One long journey, not individual notes. Better, but even between the first two notes I hear the national anthem. Ba-da-dee-dee-ah. One to the next destination. Departure, arrival. Dee-ah. Just that much. Nice. Now can you go all the way to letter one? Yeah. It's not a letter, is it? It's a number. How about number one? Still more effort than you need. So try this. See if you can keep the paper vertical. So what happens? The end of the phrase. It kind of came back in, right?
Yeah.
Let's see if we can keep it flat, the whole phrase. Keep going. Big breath. Okay, does that feel any easier?
A little bit.
Good? I'll take a little bit. So can we play it now?
Okay.
A little fuller.
Yeah.
Can you take a better breath and try again? Cool. The opening is really, really nice. It's really, really full. And so back to my original question, when I'm listening to tone, I'm listening for two things in particular. Fullness and clarity. So do you feel like your tone is as full as it could be?
Probably not.
Well, let's play the first two measures again. With your fullest tone. That's your one objective. Fill up this room with your sound. Full. So here's a trick. Imagine coating the inside of your mouthpiece with your air. What's your favorite color?
Red.
Okay, you're coating the inside of the mouthpiece red, and this is your spray paint can. Try it. Okay, so that's fuller. That's a good thing. And then the second thing is clarity, right? So we talked about that. Do you feel like your sound is as clear as it could be, or do you feel like there's any obstructions in the way from getting your clear sound?
Maybe like a little bit, but it's not like too noticeable on my end.
Okay, so what do you think we could do to move those obstructions out of the way so we can hear your voice? Can I get you to sing? One note.
No.
Two notes. One note. Okay. You ever heard of Arnold Jacobs?
I think so.
Okay. So he developed this whole pedagogy revolving around singing, then buzzing, then playing to really help strengthen this neural pathway between what you hear and what comes out here. We're pretty close to vocalists. except we don't phonate, we buzz here. But the shapes we make inside of our mouth, we have to also create our own pitches. This doesn't give it to us, we tell it what to do. It's an inanimate object that we have to tell what to do. So the more you can internalize the pitch, I think the more accurate you're going to be, and then the better you're going to be at fixing your own issues too. So if you're self-conscious about singing, you really shouldn't be, because it's not about you being the next Pavarotti, it's just singing the right notes. So are you in ear training right now? Okay. Do you guys have to take ear training? Oral skills? Okay.
Yeah, but
Yeah, or join choir, that can be good too. I'll encourage lots of my students to join choir or take vocal lessons or something like that, and their pitch always improves, 10 out of 10, all the time. So highly encourage singing, it can really help. Pitch, just recognition overall. Am I clear, am I not? Just knowing what to listen for. So let's try one more thing, and then I know there's a couple other people that want to play. In regards to dynamics, can you hold out your right hand? And this is forte, this is piano. And then there's a target in the middle of your hand. This is low notes, this is high notes. Can you just, against your hand, wind pattern at the beginning? If this forte, and then when you get to mezzo piano, pull it in. You give it a shot?
sure.
Okay. Great. You do that on the horn. Try to mimic that sensation as close as you can. Hey, dynamics now. Now it's coming alive. So, did that feel fun? Did you learn something?
Yeah,
Okay. I'm sorry I tried to make you sing,
it's okay.
but I really recommend it. All right? Nice job.
We'll do a little bit of that on Friday.
Yes, sir. Great. All right.
All right, next we'll have Avery. She's a senior from
Cool.
Grayson County.
From Mason County?
Grayson.
Grayson County. Okay.
She'll be doing something she's gonna play for me on Friday for a scholarship audition.
Oh, neat. And so, in high school?
Yes.
Great.
Senior.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good.
Cool. Is that your horn?
Yes, it is.
Nice. Is that a PT4?
I don't
20?
know.
He's been top 34,
Okay.
so B flat.
Okay, got it. All right, fair enough. What are you gonna play today?
Tyrell number 16 and the first 16 measures of that.
Alrighty. Alright, good job. Awesome. So is this something you're working on in lessons, or is it for like all-state auditions, or?
It's something I've been working on in lessons for 2 weeks.
Okay.
I think.
Cool, so it's still relatively new. One thing out of the gate, I believe when I'm working on students and working in an order of operation. So the first thing that I recommend they look at is anything within the boundaries of time. So pulse, rhythm, things like that. Your rhythm is totally fine. You're playing all the right notes, you're doing lots of great things. But every now and then the pulse will stretch and push and pull, and I don't think it's due to rubato. So I would recommend a little bit, maybe more metronome work. And if this is a newer piece, I'd go a little bit slower so the whole thing's at the same tempo. Have a goal tempo, and then move it slowly, incrementally up to that goal tempo. Maybe even put it in your calendar so you're keeping yourself honest. But I'd like to look at articulation really quickly. So I want to do two things with this real quick. Can we play from the beginning to the F octaves? And can you slur it all?
Sure.
Thank you. That's the attitude I like to hear. Good for you.
So slur everything.
I'll show you. Sorry, I can't see. That's right. You can tongue the first note, any note after a breath, but otherwise slur everything. Right. So right now, I think you're creating sound starting here rather than here. And what I mean by that is you could take fuller breaths and let the lips vibrate as a result of lots of air passing through them rather than starting it here. So I'll demonstrate. What I hear I'm just starting it from here. I'm taking like a conversation breath. If I take a better breath, I'm getting everything vibrating a little bit easier and a little bit fuller. So sound is vibrations, and if we want a resonant sound, we need an abundance of vibrations. So that means we need these lips right here super pliable. They're flapping inside the mouthpiece like two wet noodles, and the only way they'll do that is if we move a ton of air past them. So can you do the same chunk again, the same exercise? If you need to stop more often to breathe, totally fine. But move a little bit more air past the lips. Keep them as loose as possible.
Eddie.
Already fuller? Yeah? If you need to stop and take a breath, that's totally fine, especially because you're not going to slur this in real life. We're still in practice mode. So one more time, your fullest breath, stop as often as you need to. The more you stop, the better. Good. So now what did you just learn about yourself and how you play the tuba?
I need more air.
You need more air. Yeah, especially where? What register do you feel like is perhaps less resonant than another register?
I feel like my higher register is probably worse.
I would say worse. That would be
Less
nicer.
full.
There we go. That's a better, more healthy way to look at it. So how can we get the upper register a little fuller? Because your low register now is really beefing up. It's really, really nice. So how can we mimic that same thing up in the middle register?
Take better breaths and use more air.
I like it. Let's try it. It already is starting to fill up more and more. So I would do a little bit more of that, trying to maybe do some slurred scales from the low register to the upper register, just trying to marry those two registers together in terms of fullness of sound. So now the next thing I want to do, if I have a loose piece of paper here, we're going to reintroduce the articulation, but see if we can do it against this paper and get this sound. So, do you hear how the front always had like a pop at the front?
Vaguely.
Okay, do your best.
Like with that or like just anything?
That.
Okay.
I'll let you hold it.
Eddie.
Good. Now can you make it more about the air and less about the tongue? Yeah, so we want to see this thing parallel, and we want to hear in the middle.
Okay.
Okay, did you have to move a little bit more air to do that?
Yes.
Okay, you're probably going to need a snack after this. All right, take a big breath, add the tongue back in, imagine that paper in front of you pushing away every time you articulate.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, good, yeah, we're going to stop there because that was really good. Okay, nice job. You got a great attitude.
Thank you.
All right, next victim.
Do the day. Yeah, we're gonna do the fountain of the day.
Oh, okay, great. Is that the young artist one?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
great.
this is Jeffrey.
Hi, Jeffrey.
Hello. His dad was a tuba player at UK.
Oh, no kidding. What era?
The one before you, I think?
I mean, do you know what years he was there?
No.
Okay.
I know he was there whenever it was like still like a big thing. Or it was the second or third tuba professor over there.
I was third, so quite scared.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, his name was Kelly. Kelly. He was there at the same time as my dad.
Okay. All right. Jeffrey, can you stand up? You can sit down and play later. But I want to demonstrate something. Are you taller than me? Congratulations. So, I'm going to teach you a little bit of something about anatomy. Take your finger and put it above your collarbone, and then the other finger maybe around your rib cage. We're just trying to demonstrate kind of what we're dealing with lung-wise here, right? So, yeah, yours are probably a little bit longer than mine, and I'm guessing you're under the age of 25. So, you're growing and growing and growing until 25, and then we stop and we atrophy, and there's just nothing more to look forward to after that. But you still are in the wonderful growth of your adolescence. Enjoy it. But my point being, you're not utilizing the full tank right now. It's like when I was in high school and I would just get $5 of gas every time I'd go to the pump because that's all I could afford, and I would just go from gas station to gas station. I never completely filled up, so I couldn't go very far. So I would like to hear the beginning, just the first two lines with your best breath at this tempo. So what I noticed the first time is you had a full sound, but it was lacking clarity, and I think it was lacking clarity because your lips weren't vibrating to like their full potential because not enough air is going through them. So that's the first bit of advice is just make sure you're taking full breaths so that we can hear your best sound. You have a very nice sound, you've got a great instrument, there's no reason, but I think you're selling yourself short. So try to breathe in a healthy manner. So can you just take your right hand, since your left one's holding the instrument, put it at like your solar plexus here, and take your best breath. Yeah, and I want you to think about that contrary motion, how your sternum goes up, how your belly comes out, and there's just kind of expansion all over the place. Can you try that again? Same thing, relax. Good. I still feel like you're forcing it though, relax. Great. Can you do one of these? feel any air coming after that? I think you just kissed your hand.
I don't.
Better. So that surge of air. See if you can mimic that sensation. That's nicer. That's deeper. More Darth Vader, a little less frightened child. Okay? Have a seat if that's what you're comfortable doing. Okay, that's good too. I'm just now insecure about how much taller you are than me, but that's fine. Can you take a big breath, your best breath, not a forced breath, and play the beginning? I'm going to keep time for you this time. Da-da-da-da, about 75% of your original tempo. Great. So the other thing I'm missing is consistency of articulation. Sometimes it's really buoyant, it's really clear, but not all the time is the diction very, very clear, right? So that's all articulation is. It's just diction. It's just clarity at the front of the note. Just because if I were to talk using the accent that I used growing up, you probably wouldn't understand me very much, and then I have to do it. So in order to be understood, I've had to kind of develop a little bit better diction over the rest of my adult life so that I could be better understood. Da 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 dee da 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 dee da da da. Could you speak through the euphonium as if you're giving your presidential address? Okay. So some of it's not even tongue. What do you notice, like when we come in on some of those syncopated quarters and stuff like that? What happens to the note?
I think it loses its support in my sound because I have a lot at the front.
All right, if my phone doesn't die, I'm going to show you something. I have 9%, but do you ever work out of the tonal energy app?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to put this right here, and I'm going to put it on the analysis feature here, and I want you to play that C, da, and see if it's above, below, or in the center of the pitch. So you're buzzing above the pitch, and then it kind of comes down. Oh, we get kind of a scoop in there, right? So, can you sing the beginning? Are you okay with singing?
Yep.
Okay, here's a B flat, as slow as you need to go to get all the notes.
Da 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 da.
So let's check our work here on that C. So I'm going to give you a B flat, and when you get to the C, I'm going to push the C on the piano here. So here's your B flat. When you get to that note, I'm going to check you on your. Okay.
Da 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 da.
So that note is not super locked in here. So as a result, we have a bit of a scoop happening on that. So if you need to go falsetto there, go for it. But let's try it one more time. Just going for pitch, not tone.
Da 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 da.
There we go. Now let's play. Yeah, so it just feels so much more centered and stable. So probably what happened is you're a very talented person, you got this, you were very diligent, and then you started speeding it up, and then maybe not always being super involved in your listening when you practiced. So I would pull it back just a little bit before you record for Falcone, similar to what I mentioned with one of your colleagues. I would pull the tempo back to like 70 something and treat it like a march, and just make sure you are centering every single note so it's stopping the tuner dead in its track. Like if you have a strobe tuner, you're stopping it. If you have the analysis feature on your tonal energy app, you're stopping it right in the center. Because you have good pitch. You're always in the ballpark. You're always in the right town, but you don't always have the right house number. That's how specific you should be with your pitch. Dee da 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 dee da 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 dee ba ba da da ba 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 ba. That's gonna, I'm pretty sure, yield some pretty good pitch. That's so important. So if you can hear it, if you can sing it, you can buzz it, you can play it. So maybe just go back to basics on some of those things, because you don't need help with all the other advanced techniques. You've got great technique, you've got a nice sound. Just remember your fundamentals. Take a really, really great breath and be more, because if you want to stand out in Falcone, they're going to listen to 40 or 50 tapes, right? So just to get a seat at the table, right notes, right rhythms, characteristic sound, clean as a whistle. And then, if you can really shimmer musically on top of that, you'll get through, okay? Any questions about any of that? I know it's pretty straightforward, but yeah, good luck. Nice to hear you.
Got one last one for you, and we're gonna have him play from down here. You got
Sure.
some light problems.
No worries.
This is Cooper. He's a freshman. Where are you gonna play?
I was thinking I was gonna play a Washington DC.
Yeah, it's your closet.
You're from the Owensboro area?
Yep. Basically.
I wrote your marching band show a couple years ago.
I was in the I was on xylophone for that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, it was a fun day.
Thank you.
That's really, really good news. So what I would do is, like I mentioned, they're probably not carrying a lot of swimming gear at Walmart right now, but when that comes, or maybe like I say Amazon, you can get anything. I would get one of those really cheap, or even a clothespin. Just put it over your nose so you can feel what it feels like for the air to all rush out of your lips instead of kind of wanting to trickle up your nasal pathway there, just so that you can get rid of that completely because it's barely there, but it was really loud when you ran through it. So now you're becoming more aware of it, and you're kind of, because of that, getting clearer sounds, fuller sounds, and now you're paying attention to the music and not just kind of like core sound conceptual stuff. So I would do that. But there's a lot of potential in it. That's really exciting. That's great. Awesome. Do you guys have any questions? Especially anybody who's played?
I don't really have a question, but talk to them a little bit like about the pieces that you compose, because
Sure.
they know about monolith. We've heard that
Cool.
a million times here, but like
Uh-huh.
the new one that we did tonight, just where you get the ideas from.
Sure. So since I was a kid, been a pretty big fan of film score. Listened to a lot of film music. That's always been attractive to me. In another life, I would love to start over again and do that, and just be poor and live in LA until I get my career started. But so a lot of my inspiration is from programmatic music. When I'm writing something, I have to have some kind of story or idea. I write quite a bit for marching band, and when I arrange that, that's a little different. That's like kind of putting pieces of a puzzle together. Sometimes there's already music that's pre-existing that I'm arranging, and I'm just kind of putting all the pieces together. But when I do write original music for marching band, there's still a concept usually. This is the concept, this is the story, this is what's happening here. We're featuring these instruments, so the more information I have, the better. So when it took me probably 3 different tries to write that Iberian vignettes piece because Sergio Carolino just said, write me a piece. There were no parameters. And that's too much for me to handle. My feeble brain needs structure. So I tried writing an electronic piece that didn't work. I tried writing a solo tuba piece that didn't work. And then finally, I imposed upon him a story. And I said, he's from the Iberian Peninsula. He's from Porto. Let's start there. So he sent me some folk music from some Portuguese folk music. And the first movement, which I did not play tonight, is all based on
Well, we get to hear about Indiana or Tennessee all the time since we're right next to them, but not places that are far out like Texas or Florida that are way bigger populous spots. What's that mean?
That's a good question. So at Florida State, it is the third largest music school in the nation. It has a student population of 1,200 students. In my studio alone, I have about 35 students. I obviously cannot teach them all, and that is for a couple of reasons. One, we offer every conceivable major: music therapy, music production industry, commercial music, BMBA, all of those things. And everybody has to take applied lessons, so that kind of bloats the studios a bit. But what I've noticed is, like you mentioned, there are only 3 full-time tuba positions in Florida: Florida State, Miami, and Florida. And Florida's relatively recent, within the past 6 or 7 years, and even UCF's trying to get that full-time thing going there. And it's a population of about, I think, 30 million people. Now, granted, there's not 30 million tuba players, but if you still kind of do the math, I have somewhere between 50 and 60 people audition for the program each year. I can only really, in good faith, accept like 10, 12, something like that. Whereas when I was in Kentucky, it's a state of 4 million people, I think, and there's like 8 full-time tuba teachers. So it was a little bit more fighting for students here and there, which is great now that we're colleagues. We never had to actually fight it out. So he started it at WKU after I left UK, so there's no bad blood there. But that being said, and I'm sure he's spoken quite a bit about recruiting, it can be kind of difficult. There's only so many good tuba players who actually want, and euphonium players who want to major in music and make a go of it, and to fulfill a studio with the needs to satisfy all the ensembles. It can be difficult in a state that's a little bit smaller like Kentucky. But what I will say is I do think Kentucky is underrated in terms of ability level per capita. So I think, like the Kentucky All-State Band students, most of them are incredibly strong and could hold their own in other states. Where in Florida, I do hear some really talented students from all over the place, conservatories like Miami and things like that. But I would say on the whole, the overall middle there is a lot lower than Kentucky. So I think there's some really great music education happening in Kentucky, the Midwest in general: Indianapolis, Kentucky, Nashville, Ohio. This is actually a pretty strong place for music education that does not always get its day in the sun when it comes to everybody I know praises Texas, and it is quite good. But it's structural. It's not because the teachers are better, it's because there's more of